Today we're heading out on a road trip because we are heading to the Homesteaders of America Conference of 2021, located in Front Royal, Virginia. The trip from Indiana to Virginia to the fairgrounds is about 7.5 hours. So really, it's an easy drive in one day. But of course, if you're going to be driving that long, you better make some pit stops. And we had to stop at this Cabela's and walk through the Hall of Whitetails. What do you think, babe?
Very impressive.
But we're getting ready to go. It's 7:22. We are right outside of Front Royal, Virginia, and we're really excited. We've already met other people at the hotel room that were going as well. They were Buckeyes, so they're in the neighboring state to us Hoosiers. It was really exciting to see so many people, and I'm the type of person I get really jazzed up when you can tell you got a lot of like-minded people where they're all there for like the same purpose. And we're very excited about learning a lot of new ways to be self-sufficient and to meet new people. There's an ATM right there. We should have done this last night, but by the time we got in, we were so bushed. And we got to go over and see Emma from Sunny's place when she got in. But we got to meet with her last night and hang out. It's been kind of surreal already, just meeting people that I've had a relationship with on YouTube for quite some time, and then you finally get to meet them in person. It's been a really great experience, and the conference hasn't even really started. It is packed. Like, it is very, very packed. There's a lot of cars. There's an even longer line of people, but like, seriously, this is really exciting to see so many people coming together, like-minded and wanting to learn to be more self-sufficient. It's fantastic. Here's the cars in front of us. Babe, what are your first thoughts?
Looks busy.
Mark didn't sleep well last night, so he's super tired. But then we got down here and we're like, whoa. But if you really think about this, so they were canceled last year. COVID just kind of killed a lot of things in that way. And COVID kind of spurred a lot of people into the specific movement to homestead and to be self-sufficient. So there are a lot of people here that are all here to kind of do the same thing, which is homestead, be self-sufficient, grow their food, and establish freedom from the grocery store, which I can never put someone down for that. So we just accomplished the impossible. We got through the line. So now we're gonna go enjoy the conference. Out of Daniel Salatin's Breeding Out the Vet. It was one of those that I really wanted to get to, and I'm really glad that we did, because there have actually been a couple of management things that we're trying to cross over from the pet and the hobby into management and to making it sufficient. And I feel like being in that one was great for that. He gave out a lot of really great information. He was able to take things and put them in a perspective and in a language where it's really easy to understand. So we're really glad that we got to go to that one, and hopefully we have management practices that we'll be putting in with our goats, with our donkeys, with just everything that you can think. So it's just been really great so far.
Have to grab your own chairs.
Oh, really? Self-service. For that reason.
So I've had a complete change of heart. Totally fell in love with goats. My oldest wanted to milk goats, and
so we're about halfway through on our first day here at the Homesteaders of America Conference in Front Royal, Virginia, and quite frankly, guys, like, it's refreshing. I know there's a lot of people out there that do homesteading, and depending on your setting, you might not have people that are very supportive or don't really understand your drive for self-sufficiency or to be prepared or to break away from the grocery store when it comes to a dependency for food. But I would recommend anybody that's feeling that to just come out here one time, because it's just a lot of like-minded people that are all here for the same thing. Everybody's so nice. There's a lot to learn. There's a lot of things to see. There's a lot of knowledge swapping happening, and I think that's great, especially like you've got people here that are vlogging the whole time and are trying to really bring some of that knowledge that we're gaining and giving it to you, and it's just really awesome.
Yeah, a lot of cool products. Like we've been going through and looking at them. There's like live activities going on. Like there's a guy down there going blacksmithing right now. So it's cool to see the products in action too.
Yeah.
So.
And of course, I found like one of the few people down here that's got Nigerian dwarf dairy goats down here. And the first thing I started talking about, I was like, look at the top line, look at the height of the escutcheon and how good for medial suspensory ligament is. And we really got to talking about how breeding for those things sometimes encourages the productivity and the longevity of your animal. And it was just kind of nice. I think Mark knew, like, I found my people. But it's just been really great, really enlightening. And we've really been enjoying our time down here. Well, there's been alpacas, all the types of hatcheries. So if you're a chicken nerd, you love chicken math, there's tons of things going on here. Putting out catalogs, there's just a lot to see and a lot to do, and we're really enjoying it. I'm excited to bring you guys along for the rest of it. So it's day 2 and everything's moving a lot smoother today, which is fantastic. No lines so far. Yeah. The lines for food and bathrooms were a little crazy yesterday.
Yesterday was a ton of people, but it was awesome.
Yeah, even like through those big lines though, it's awesome to see so many people coming together, wanting to break loose of the grocery store, to be self-sufficient, to take control of things in their life. And even through those lines, like, this is pretty awesome to see this many people that all want to be self-sufficient.
One day in the future, we can be making sure that we to be teachers in that time. They'll be listening to us after these leaders continue to lead them astray. They're like, maybe we shouldn't listen to them anymore. Let's start listening to these people who are doing the right thing.
So you actually just got done with our first conference of the day, and it was Why America Needs Homesteaders. And it was with Matt Dixon from The Fit Farmer. And I'm going to tell you what, guys, if you haven't visited his channel, if he gives any ounce of what he just gave in this conference,
very inspirational.
You're gonna, I was not only fed like through my drive to homestead and be self-sufficient, but just spiritually.
Yeah.
Like it wasn't something that I came expecting. And
you really did a good job tying homesteading to spirituality really well.
And he kept talking about restoration and regeneration and connection and just feeling a love for the land and feeling a love for Christ. And as a fellow believer, we were just
and everything. It's just top to bottom.
Yeah, he just had so much to say that just it fed me spiritually, emotionally, and mentally. And it's just, if you haven't checked him out, he's linked up top. He doesn't need me helping to get his channel out there. But
we
guys,
recommend
it. If you haven't visited him and you haven't heard his words, you really need to.
But now we have to get on to the next seminar because they're back to back. And there's some good content people here.
Lots to do here. Sadly, on day 2, I didn't really get to film a whole lot, mostly because we were just having really great conversations with a lot of different homesteaders there. We were engrossed in a lot of the different conferences that we attended, and we just were having a great time, and it never came to my mind to film or really take too many pictures while we were there. But some of the folks that we ran into at the HOA conference were Chip and Nicole over at Hidden Oaks Homestead, Tangi and Jack from Freedom Homestead, John and Heather from Our Hodgepodge Homestead, then there was Anna from the Fermented Homestead, and Constance from A Good Life Farm. They were fabulous. It is just, there were a lot of people there that I felt like we synced up with immediately. I felt like I'd known them my entire life. And there are not a lot of places or gatherings that you can go to where you really already feel like you're having a family reunion, where you feel like you've known them forever, but you've just met. And that was kind of the phenomenon that we were experiencing when we were at HOA. Did you miss me? Oh, yes, he did. He missed. Oh, yuck. I wouldn't usually say yuck, but this dog's breath smells like death. Boy, is it nice to be home. Back sitting on the front porch of the goat barn, getting to be close to my girls. I miss them. We were really happy to go to the Homesteaders of America Conference. It was our first time doing anything like that. It was kind of like testing the waters, dipping our toe in, and we loved it. There was so much knowledge to be shared. It was just really invigorating and refreshing to be around so many people that all wanted freedom from the grocery store. They all wanted to know how they could be doing things better. There was an openness in the crowd because everybody's there to learn, everybody's there to pull something from someone else, and everybody was just so gosh darn friendly. Like, you couldn't even stand in line without someone asking, where are you from? What do you do? What's your favorite things on your homestead? And it would open up a conversation for how they did things and how we did things. And it was a lot of knowledge swapping even outside of some of the seminars. The seminars were fantastic. We enjoyed them. There were a lot where I expected to go to gain knowledge, but I got fed in so many different ways. I came away with a lot of inspiration. I felt restored. I felt community. I felt connection. All those things that sometimes as homesteaders on our homestead, we might not feel, because you might feel like you're out on your own little island, that nobody else out there feels the way you do, wants to live the lifestyle that you do, and we're victim to it too. While I love my goats and my donkeys and to grow my garden and to be out on our little slice of heaven that we've been developing for over 10 years, every now and then you can forget that there are other people out there doing the same thing that you do, and quite frankly, it can be really disheartening. It can really put you in a position where you wonder why you do it, and this conference turned that around for me. I found my motivation. I found my inspiration. I found that there were a lot of different things that were talked about in seminars that fed my heart. They fed my soul, spiritually, mentally, just all the way around. I feel better. I feel like I can do this again. And hi, Judy. Judy missed me. But if you haven't been able to find that connection with somebody or a group of like-minded people that are all out there trying to just be more free, to have control over their food, this would have been a great place for you to be. So I'm hoping that some of you guys will see this, and this will be what makes you want to start planning for next year for the Homesteaders of America Conference in 2022.